Welcome back to K&L Farms. I'm Ken. I hope this video finds you well. As you know, if you've been watching my channel, I'm finished with the greenhouse for this year and the greenhouse shed, which you can probably see in the background. I'm usually terrible at going back and picking up my tools, getting all my tools ready for the winter. So the truck's loaded with tools. I'm going to need this truck. I'm trying to move a trailer, which I'll explain later on the purpose for that. And then I had a question around my tractor and my tractor bucket, and since I'm a visual person, in order to learn I need to visualize it. The subscriber asked me a question around the tractor and the bucket, and we went through a considerable amount of communication back and forth trying to explain the purpose of a tool on the tractor, which later on in the video I'll explain that. So let me get some of these tools put away and I'll catch back up with you. Okay, before you get started on me, I know that the video is supposed to be around moving a trailer and explaining that ball on that bucket, but I was going to bring to your attention, in my case anyway, that if you're on a homestead, you're on a farm, you're on an off-grid situation, you need to be fairly fluent. And what I'm going to say is sometimes just to move a trailer might take me half a day, because it comes up that, hey, you got the farm truck running, the red truck, you got the farm truck running, let's do blah. Or you got the tractor running, let's do blah. So let's do, in this case, is I got to get the tractor started and move it up to the garage up by the house, and I'll explain that once I get that bucket loaded again. Okay, so the alteration and the reason that I needed the tractor, in lieu of going or attempting to go down and shoot the rest of the video and hook that trailer up, because I'm trying to get that trailer hooked up to get it moved. So there's a reason for that also. But you see these trees in the bucket of the tractor, and on my homestead anyway. My wife does most of the gardening. I do the construction of it, and then after that she takes over and plants flowers or whatever she wants to do. But these are my wife's. These two trees, she's kind of babied along for a considerable length of time. And what it was I staged them next to the garage that we own. And we had kittens. We had, I think there's 5 kittens that we own, or that are on the homestead. And we had kittens, and the kittens like to come out and take these trees, and I don't know if you'd go with destroy, but they like to play in these true trees. So she was asking me, as long as I had the tractor running, which is sensible, that I could move them to a location farther away from the garage, so it's more difficult for the kittens to come get. And that's what I'm attempting to do, to move on today, to move that trailer. Okay, so let's go off of, first of all, I got the bucket of the tractor unloaded. I got the truck unloaded and ready to go. And the question from the subscriber was, what is that ball? What does that ball do on the tractor? And through communications with him, he was like, why don't you just weld that? And I've got a significant amount of welding experience and probably could weld that ball in. I think that ball is a 2 1/4. And I'll explain that here in just a minute. But the reason being is that, say everything I owned, all the trailers I own, and the heavier you go on a trailer, the bigger diameter that ball is. So most of my trailers now are 2 5/16. Remember, that's 2 1/4. That was for a small boat trailer. Let's say my boat was, I think it was 16 foot, the one I used to own. And if I would have welded that into this bucket, then every application after that would have been 2 1/4. And the reason I put that on there, and I actually got it from somebody else. I didn't come up with that idea myself. But the reason I put that ball on there, or did that, is say you're putting a trailer in a tight area. Say you're putting it in a barn, a garage, a shop or something, and it's very narrow, very small, and your turning radius is less. You don't have a significant distance from where the trailer's going to where you're starting out. That ball In fact, makes it easier because I can see the trailer, where the trailer's going. I'm not backing up with like a pickup. I'm driving forward with it, and that was the reason for putting that ball in. The reason to cut a hole with the torch through and put a lock nut, a lock washer, and a nut on the bottom is, say I go to a different trailer. Say I go to a heavy duty trailer, which I own, and I get off the light duty trailer and I want to change the application. Unthread the nut, take the lock washer off, take the ball off, put a different ball on, 2 5/16 on, put the lock washer back on, thread that back on. That's the reason I didn't weld that ball to this bucket, is because that way I could exchange it and do different applications with it. Okay, so I'm going to try and get to remember, and here in just a minute I'll explain why I need to move that trailer. And today started out with moving the trailer, not any of this other information. So I'll get back to you in just a minute. Okay, see the farm truck in the background, you see the trailer, which I've been attempting to do most of the day anyway, or at least half the day anyway. I need that truck hooked to that trailer, and the reason being is, I don't know if you can tell or not, but this is the main, it's not actually a driveway, but it's main thoroughfare. Main thoroughfare to the greenhouse that I built. It's the main thoroughfare to the greenhouse shop that I have, garden, and I would say the left-hand side of the house. So coming up, if I need emergency services to go, ambulances, fire trucks, brush rigs, whatever I can get to come to the house, that trailer is blocking the main thing. Remember, I'm trying to get prepared for the winter, and I want as many accesses to my house as possible. So I'm going to move that. I don't know where I'm going to park it at yet. That's the theme of the video. But I'm trying to get that moved out of this main thoroughfare so that I can actually get EMS vehicles to the house. So I'm going to work on that probably for the rest of the video. Okay, I was going to bring it to your attention. This ball has a 2 5/16 on it. That's 2 5/16 ball. And the other thing is, I think you can disregard if you have a raised truck. This product that I'm going to theme in the description below will not help you, because I have all my trucks are standard height. Factory height. So what happens is, like on the tractor I was telling you, 2 1/4 or 2 5/16. I have 2 of these receivers. So I go to find the second receiver that I own and I haven't utilized in like a long time. I can't find the receiver. The product that's going to be listed in the description below, it's actually got 3 positions. You can use 3 different balls at the same time with 1 receiver. I wish I would have purchased that years ago,